In a first, the Ministry of Railways has withdrawn concessions for all categories of passengers, except students, persons with disabilities and patients, to discourage non-essential travel. Citing a health advisory issued to control the spread of COVID-19, the Railways said as a special case, no concessional general and computerized reservation tickets for bookings made on or after March 20, 2020, till further advice. The Railways provides rail travel concessions to 51 categories of people, including senior citizens, sportspersons, those nationally awarded, journalists, and unemployed youth. The necessary changes in the software would be made by the Centre for Railway Information Systems (CRIS) and the Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Development Corporation (IRCTC) that manage the ticketing systems. The move comes in the backdrop of reports that there was a huge congregation of people at major railway stations and some trains, despite travel advisory that the number should be restricted to contain the spread of the virus. On Wednesday, the Railways decided to detrain passengers with home quarantined stamped on their hands by airport health officials. The Indian Council of Medical Research (ICMR) on Thursday said, till date, a total of 826 samples of the people suffering from severe acute respiratory infection (SARI), influenza-like illnesses have been tested at the sites. None of the samples were found positive. The council stated that it had been closely monitoring the presence of community transmissions. Since February 15, the ICMR has initiated sentinel surveillance to detect community transmission of COVID-19. The surveillance sites have been scaled up from 16 sites till February 29, 2020 to 51 sites by March 15, 2020. The ICMR noted that in view of the evolving nature of COVID-19 transmission, surveillance was being expanded to include more areas, especially areas where COVID-19 cases have been reported. Delhi has begun stamping the forearms of people who have been advised home quarantine in the wake of the coronavirus outbreak. In a crackdown on people who have been advised home quarantine but are found traveling, mingling in public, authorities have begun stamping the hands of people with an indelible ink similar to the one used to mark voters. Most of them have a travel history. In Delhi, people arriving at the Indira Gandhi International Airport from abroad are being checked for COVID-19, and if directed to remain at home, are being stamped home quarantined. It also states proud to protect Delhiites. Home quarantined, and has a date showing when the person was stamped. We started stamping people who are directed at the airport to be home quarantined from yesterday, Wednesday evening, a Delhi government official told The Hindu. Also read. Big B spreads awareness of BMC's stamp for quarantine. Big B spreads awareness of BMC's stamp for quarantine. People coming from abroad have to undergo 2 different medical checks and they are stamped at the second screening point at the airport, run by the Delhi government. The first test is done by the airport authorities for visible symptoms, where, after an initial thermal screening, symptomatic passengers are isolated and moved to designated hospitals. Others move to the second screening point, where they are either home quarantined or sent to a quarantine facility run by the government, depending on risk factors. Uttar Pradesh, the most populous state, also today began stamping people who need to be home quarantined at airports, according to Principal Secretary Health Amit Mohan Prasad. Proud to help my countrymen stay free from coronavirus. Home quarantine, the stamp in Hindi roughly translates. One of the first states to swing into action has been Maharashtra, where 4 people who were travelling from Mumbai to Surat were deboarded at Palghar from on board the Garib Rath train from Bandra to New Delhi when co-passengers raised an alarm and the train ticket examiners (TTE) noticed their stamps. All 4 had arrived from Germany. The episode prompted railway authorities to decide not to allow passengers with home quarantined stamping on hand to travel in trains, and TTEs have been authorised to deboard them. On Monday, the Briham Mumbai Municipal Corporation began stamping the hands of those advised to undergo home quarantine, stating, proud to protect Mumbaikars. Home quarantined. In Mumbai, however, the date on the stamp shows until which the person is supposed to be quarantined.